Greg, are you there?
I'm here. See me? The host would like you to unmute. Oh, I didn't even... Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
That's okay. I want to make sure that let me switch to gallery. There you are. So
Maybe if I close that so
Greg, can you talk? I'm going to switch to active speaker.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm talking.
I can't see Greg's screen.
I'm here.
I can't see Greg's screen either.
Yeah, we're still on Lauren. Hi, Lauren. Pin me, please.
Greg, it's not switching to you. So I'm going to do this.
See.
I'm going to spotlight video you. So give me a moment.
Hey, there I am.
Can everybody see Greg now?
Yes, I can see Greg now. Thank you. Yes.
That's better.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm just closing the blinds
Hi,
over here.
Kat. You look adorable.
Kat.
She's doing a silent day, so if she doesn't respond, don't take it personally, but we're trying to take a couple of days not really talking too much.
I got it.
Yeah, it's always helpful. But I'm gonna say we got one more minute. We'll get started. Where'd you put that notebook? I need that. Alrighty. So Lauren, you just let me know when you're ready and I'll get going.
Greg, you're ready.
I was born ready. Alright everybody, so let's all just take a comfortable seat to get started and we'll just settle in before we start moving. So if you have a pillow, block, or just the floor, you can come to kneeling or sitting and just let the hands rest gently so that you can roll your shoulders up, back and down. Allow the arms to feel heavy and soft. And close the eyes. And draw up through the back of the neck, through the crown of the head. Feel the spine growing tall. Just soften the facial features, releasing the jaw and the tongue, allowing the eyes to be still. Let's open class with 3 ohms. If you'd like to join me, let's take a breath in. Just notice the inhale, the breath moving in past the nostrils. Really feel the exhale coming out a little warmer and maybe softer. Just take note of any mental conversation that may be taking place. And try to draw more of your attention into the sensation of your breathing. So I just wanted to start with a short reading from my Guruji, Reverend Jagannath Carrera. He sends out these pearls of wisdom every day, and today seemed very appropriate due to the fact that we're probably all stuck in close proximity to our families for more time than we usually spend with them. And so the title of this one was Forgive. And so he says, are you holding a grudge against someone? Forgive them. We all have weaknesses and we all make mistakes. Your own anger and resentment binds and limits you. Have you offended or hurt another? Ask forgiveness from them. Ask humbly and sincerely. Even if the one you hurt has passed on, ask. They will hear you and you will be freed of guilt and anxiety, even if the person doesn't accept your apology. Om Shanti. And so I just like to add a little bit. Sorry, Laura? Good. Guruji's mentioned to us again and again that, like, you know, just saying sorry isn't quite enough. He's like, that's just telling the other person how you feel. So it's like, what does that really do? You know, so he said to complete the cycle of forgiveness, you have to ask for forgiveness as well. So I'm sorry, please forgive me, honestly and humbly. And then you can be forgiven. And then you can release whatever's holding on within yourself as well. So it's just something I thought I'd leave you with. Hopefully it's useful for interacting with your families and your loved ones. But from here, let's just get moving today. And let's start with some cat-cows coming to all fours. So if you'd like to come to hands and knees in tabletop position, let's all inhale together and drop our bellies and look up. And we'll exhale, let the head and neck soften as we round the back. We'll inhale, drop the belly, look forward, reaching through the crown. Exhaling, allowing the head to dangle as we lift the heart between the shoulder blades. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round. And then let's move into just like free movement. So if you want to draw circles through the spine, you can like move the hips side to side, front to back, just draw whatever feels good. You know, just like start to communicate with the sensations that your body's feeding you. And just moving out of that like logical left brain mode of thinking into the more intuitive right brain, you know, way of feeling. Keep the breath moving. We're gonna move into some like puppy pose side reach. So puppy is like a baby dog, right? So our hips stay over our knees. We keep one hand. Let's start with the left hand, just maybe slightly forward of the shoulder. And then the right hand's gonna reach out in front of that on a diagonal line. You allow the head to soften down. Now you can pull your right hip away from your right wrist as you try and find equal weight in your knees. Let's take a big breath in together. Exhaling for 1. Deep breath in. Exhaling for 2. And just 1 more. Exhale for 3. Slowly draw in. Plant the other hand and then walk the left hand out in front of the right now. Letting the head lower, the neck soften. Take a deep breath into your left side body. Exhale completely. All right, fill up between each rib. Really breathe in deep. Stay soft through your facial features. And one more time to make a bit more space between the ribs and the hips. Exhale. Okay, then let's come back to all fours. All right, let's take a couple rounds of cat-cow, just inhaling to drop the belly and look forward. Exhaling to round the back. We'll do 1 more, dropping the belly, looking forward. Exhale to round. This time, let's reach the left foot to the back of the mat. You can tuck the toes. reach the right arm forward. Now you can stay here with the foot on the ground, or if you'd like to, lift the back leg. Then extend from heel to wrist, big inhale. As you exhale, tap your knee to your elbow underneath you. As you inhale, extend long, reach pointer finger away from heel. Exhale, tap. Give it one more time. Exhale, tap. And we're gonna re-extend, take one big inhale. You're gonna keep the legs straight as you bring the toes down, you'll bring the hand back down. And then we're gonna turn our foot on the right leg back behind us as we come into gate pose. All right, so we'll stand up on the one knee. The toes of the extended leg are moving front to back, so the outer blade of the foot's parallel to the short edge of the mat. And we'll reach the arms up. All right, and let your left arm fall down the left leg, just landing gently. Press the knee into the floor so that the right glutes engage. And then lift long through your right side. Just notice that the head doesn't kind of drop off like a broken flower. Try and keep reaching through the crown of the head so both sides of the neck stay long as well. Let's take 2 more breaths. Last one. Then we're going to rainbow over and see how gently we can land into this side body stretch on the other side. So extending the top arm over the ear again, noticing that the head doesn't drop to the floor. And then really reaching through that back leg, that long back leg. Big inhale. Steady exhale. Big breath in. Long breath out. Let's take one more. And then with the hand on the floor, you're going to allow the palm to be planted. And we're going to see if we can come into a modified Ardha Chandrasana by lifting that back leg up. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like to challenge yourself 3 times, let's see if we can tap the toes in front of the hips. So inhaling to extend. Exhaling, tap the toes. One more time, extend, tap the toes, and then we're going to extend, and then land the foot and come back to all fours. Let's do 1 round of cat-cow. Big inhale, drop the belly gaze up. Exhale, round the back. With this inhale, it's going to be the right leg to the back, the left arm to the front. If you'd like to lift the leg, do it with the inhale. As we exhale, we're going to tap knee to elbow. And these are optional, right? We could just stay in the extension with the foot on the floor. Exhale, tap. Good. One more time. Exhale, tap. And I'm just going to turn this way. So you're going to place the back foot down, right? And you guys are going to turn the back foot and come up to gate pose, but I'm just going to swivel. Alright, so you have one leg extended, you're up on the opposite knee, and then both arms reach up overhead. We let one arm lightly fall to the extended leg, and then we lift strongly through both sides of the trunk, keeping the neck lengthening as well, and start moving over into the side body opener. Big breath in. Exhale deeply. Notice that the thigh on the extended leg is working a little bit, it's engaged. Right? Don't let that soften up. One more breath. And then we'll cartwheel over to the other side, lightly landing, extending the arm over the ear. All right, one long line from fingers down to the outer ankle. Big breath in. Exhale 1. Deep breath in. Exhale 2. Feel the inner thigh of the extended leg lifting. One more. And then plant the palm of the posted hand. See if you can lift into that modified Ardha Chandrasana. If you'd like to play games with yourself. And the exhale, see if you can tap the toes. Inhale, extend, moving at a steady pace. Exhale, tap. One more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap. And then we're gonna reach it all the way out and come back down onto all fours. Just one round of cat-cow. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Good. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips up for downward facing dog. Big inhale. Exhale for one. Let's all come high up on the ball mounds of the feet. Feel the toes get a stretch. As you come up onto the ball mounds, feel your thigh muscles and see if you can engage them all the way up at the hip crease. Lifting the sits bones, lifting the hips, lengthening through the side waist. 2 more breaths here. Exhale, 1. Lift the thighs, lift the hips. Exhale, 2. Good. Now we're going to go flow forward to the top of a push-up, plank pose. Exhale here. Let's take a deep breath in, holding the plank. And then we're going to lower knees, chest, and chin. From the inhale, we're going to slide forward onto our belly. And then kind of like a cobra, we're going to lift our legs and our hands off the floor. So it's like a baby Shalabhasana. Stay through your exhale. And then you inhale, plant your feet, plant your hands, and then take your cobra pose. Exhale, pass through child's. And back up to dog pose, tucking the toes, lifting the hips. Let's take a breath in here. Exhale. And we'll look to the front of the mat. And then walk or tiptoe your way up to your hands. Let's inhale to gaze up halfway, lengthen the heart away from the tail. And then exhale, fold deeply. And 2 more times like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last one, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now let's stay in the forward fold, but heel toe our feet as wide as the mat. You might want to point your toes out slightly, heels in slightly. Let's just take one more breath here. And then on an exhale, let's see if we can sit into Malasana. We got inspired by Marcy yesterday with all those squats, so take a big breath in. Exhale, 1. Big breath in. Exhale, 2. If you guys want a challenge, you can lift your arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, 3. We're going to stay for 2 more. Exhale, 4. Last one. Exhale, 5. Now see, from here you can stand all the way up, both arms up overhead. Keep your feet where they are. Exhale, hands to prayer. Release alongside. Let's just ground ourselves into our feet by lifting the toes up, finding that midline around which everything stacks. Releasing any tension from the face and bringing awareness back to the sensation of our breath and the sensations in our body. So notice already if you feel a bit warmer, a little less dense. And notice any thoughts that come. Just return to the breath. We're going to inhale the arms up. You can keep them up or bring them to prayer as you come back into the squat. We're going to stand all the way up again. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gaze up halfway. And then let's exhale, step all the way back to our dog pose. From here, let's inhale forward, top of a push-up. Exhale, lowering onto the belly for this like baby locust. So you'll lift your arms, lift your legs. Stay through and exhale. Plant your feet down, plant your hands down, and then inhale. Just lift your heart up a couple inches. Passing through child's. Inhaling to lift to dog. Let's exhale here. And then we're going to inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Really extend through that heel. Now bring a little more weight into your left hand, and we're going to challenge ourselves. See if you can pick the right hand up off the floor, a couple inches. Exhale, 1. Big breath in. Lift that back leg higher. I know. 2. 1 more. Then you'll plant the hand down. See if you can step the foot up between the hands. Set yourself in the low lunge first. And then feel your arms lift with an inhale for a high lunge. Good. Maybe lift the toes on the front foot. Really find the weight in that front heel. And you'll see my back knee's a little bent. I'm going to extend through my back heel. Feel the inner thigh and the back leg lift. Right, arms are straightening up. But I'm doing my best to not shrug my shoulders, right? So keeping the shoulders away from the ears, lifting from the heart. Let's take 1 more breath, big inhale. Both hands come to the floor. And then we're going to move into a twist, lifting the left arm, big breath in. Exhale, feel light on the hand that's on the floor. Extend through the back leg and be tall through your entire spine. Good. 1 more big breath. I'll bring that top hand back to the floor. Let's step it back to dog pose. We'll flow on the inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly once again. Hands lift, legs lift. Baby locust, I'm calling this. Stay through your exhale. This time with the inhale, you can plant the feet, plant the hands, and if you like, come all the way to up dog. Exhale, back down dog. Let's take a breath in together. Breath out together. And the right leg's gonna lift up. We're gonna exhale a little more weight into our right hand. And then see if we can peel the left hand up off the floor. Big inhale. Exhale, 1. Big breath in. Exhale, 2. Lift that right leg higher. Plant the left hand and then step the right foot up between the hands. Trying to find some balance in our lives right now. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, 1. All right, maybe lift the toes on the front foot. Really weight into that front heel. Hips are as square as they can be to the front of the mat. We're really extending through that back leg. Arms reach up, lifting the heart. Good. 1 more big breath. Lift through the sternum. Hands come to the floor. We move into the twist, so the right arm's going to lift this time. Big breath in. Stay long through that back leg. Tall through the spine. 1 more inhale. Exhale, hand to the floor. Good job. Let's step it back to dogs. Let's all take a breath in here. Let's all take a breath out here. Flow forward to plank on an inhale. Lower to the belly on the exhale. Lifting hands, lifting legs, same thing. Staying lifted through the exhale. Planting hands, planting feet, maybe coming to cobra or up dog, inhaling. Exhaling back to down dog. We hold for 5 breaths now. Big inhale. Exhale, 1. Big inhale. Exhale, 2. One more time. Oh, sorry, 3 more times. Exhale, 3. Breath in, lifting the thighs. Exhale, 4, softening the neck. Last inhale. Exhale, 5. Good, let's look forward with the in-breath. You can walk your feet up outside of your hands. Let's inhale to gaze forward. Exhale to fold deeply. And then we're going to sit down into our squat pose. Big breath in. If you'd like to add in the arms, go for it. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Good, let's see if we can stand all the way up, both arms overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer. Release alongside. Good job, take a breath here. Exhaling. Lifting the toes up, again, acquainting ourselves with that midline and releasing any tension that may have built up. Finding the sensation of our breathing. One more breath here. Exhale. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. Again, we're going to sit down into that squat. We're going to stand all the way up. And then fold all the way forward. Inhaling to look up halfway. Exhaling to step back to dog. I'm going to inhale, flow forward to plank. Exhale again to the belly, same thing. Really giving our digestive organs a squeeze as we inhale and lift everything up. Stay lifted through the exhale. Planting the feet, planting the hands for cobra or upward facing dog, inhaling. Exhale back, downward facing dog. So I know you guys had so much fun doing this the first time. We're going to do it again. Lifting the left leg up on an inhale. Exhaling to maybe peel the right arm up. And it's interesting, the second time you go through, I don't know, at least for me it was a little bit easier. One more breath. Plant the hand, step the foot through the hands. Good. Getting ready for the high lunge. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, find the front heel. Good, just one more lift through the heart. And we bring both hands down. One breath in the twist. Big inhale, lift the arm. Exhale it back to the floor. This time we're going to drop the back knee and untuck the toes. Press that back foot heavily into the floor. Hands can come to the front knee or all the way up overhead. Exhaling here. Just breathe in together. Keep the back foot heavy. Exhale 2. Long breath in. Exhale 3. Stay for 2 more. Keep that back foot heavy, front heel heavy. 4. Last lift through the heart. And both hands come down. We'll tuck the back toes and we're going to step in a little bit for a pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. And as we inhale, let's look forward to lengthen the front of the spine. As you exhale, lead with your heart, follow with your chin, stay long through the front body. You can walk the hands out if you like. Blocks are always nice in this position. Take a big inhale. Exhale deeply. 2 more. Keep that front thigh firming and lifting. Last big breath. Exhale. Now if your hands are forward, you'll walk them back underneath your shoulders. We're going to move into a revolved triangle. So if you can, you'll bring that right hand outside of the left ankle into a block or the floor. If that's not happening, keep it inside the foot. With the next inhale, let's lift the left arm up. Take a big breath. Really stay tall through your whole spine. And just 2 more. Extend from wrist to deepen the twist in your upper back. Exhaling. And 1 more time. We'll bring that hand back down, bending the front knee, stepping it back to our dog pose. Good. Inhaling forward to plank. Again, exhaling to the belly. Lifting hands, lifting legs, big breath in. Stay lifted through your exhale. Cobra or dog with the inhale, feet and hands plant. We lift the heart up. Back to downward facing. Let's take a breath in together. Breath out together. The right leg will lift up and back. If you'd like to add, lift the left hand this time. Big inhale. Steady exhale. 2 more. Breathing out. Lift that back leg higher. Plant the hand with the exhale and step that right foot through the hands. Oof. It's the 4th time I did this morning. Arms go up overhead. We find the front heel, extend the back leg. 1 more lift through the heart. Both hands come down. We open to the twist, right arm lifts, big inhale. That hand comes right back to the floor as we exhale. And the back knee comes down. We untuck those back toes. Press the foot heavy. Maybe lift the arms up. They can always come to the waist or the knee. Good. 4 more deep breaths. Big inhale. Exhale 1. Back foot heavy. As you inhale, lift through the side waist, lift through the heart. Exhale 2. Deep breath in. Extend through your pointer finger 3. Last one. Hands come down. Good. Tucking the back toes. Stepping in slightly. Allowing the heel to come to the floor. That back foot's at a 45-degree angle. And we open the front of the spine on the inhale. Stay long through the front as we lengthen and lower. Okay, firm your front thigh. Lift that thigh up into the hip crease. Breathing out. Good. Couple more. Breathing in deep. Breathing out completely. Let's do 2 more. Full inhale. Exhale 1. Lengthen the heart to the toes. Finish the breath out. If the hands are forward, we walk them back under the shoulders and prepare for our Paritta Trikonasana, revolved triangle. Hands can stay inside the foot or move outside the ankle. We lengthen first and then bring the right arm up. Take a big inhale. Exhale 1. Big breath in. Both thighs are firm. Your kneecaps are lifting. 2. 1 more lift through that right arm. And then we bring the hand back to the floor. We bend the knee. Step back to dog pose. 1 more time through this flow. Let's inhale forward. Exhale all the way to the belly. Lifting legs, lifting hands. Get long. Stay through your exhale. Good. Inhale, dog or cobra. Lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, 5 breaths here. Big lift through the hips. Keep the hips lifting as you exhale. Okay, notice your neck. Allow it to be completely released. Notice your lips and your eyelids. Let them be softer. 2 more breaths, just feeling the texture and temperature of the air moving in and out. Last one. Exhale. And we'll look up at the hands, walk our feet or hop our feet outside of them. Let's look forward halfway. Exhale, fold. And we're going to sit down into our squat pose one more time. For this one, we're going to move a little bit. So we're going to plant the left arm in front of the left shin, bring the fingertips to the floor, and then lift the right arm up and find that nice opening in the thoracic spine. As we exhale, we're going to switch sides here. So the other hand's going to plant down. We're going to lift the opposite arm. All right, so the exhales are the transitions, and the inhales are the extensions across our whole wingspan. Exhale, switch. Noticing that the weight stays in the heels, right? It's easy to kind of tip forward a little bit here. Last lift. And we're going to come down. Now from here, I wanted to give you guys a little challenge today. See if we could take crow pose. So if you guys would like to give it a shot, right, you'll plant your hands a little wider than the shoulders. Lift the hips up onto the tiptoes, right? And get your knees outside of your shoulders as much as possible. And start to see if you can float the way forward. Now, if you're kind of there, you're not all the way there, you can just experiment. Maybe lift 1 foot at a time. Right, and play this game, strengthening the shoulders. If you got it, float up, get the feet together. See if you can straighten your arms and look forward. All right, maybe you just do like little hops. Play around a little bit, see what happens. All right, let's take like 1 or 2 more breaths here. And once we're all over it, let's start to straighten our legs. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold deeply. Let's just take 3 breaths in a nice easy fold. So if you'd like to grab opposite elbows, just dangle. That feels quite nice. Let's inhale together. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Let's bend the knees slightly, sweep the arms out as we come all the way up. Big reach, big breath. Hands to prayer in front of the heart. Release alongside. Just pick your toes up for a sec, check in. And then we'll step the feet together. All right, so inner ankles touch. Try to get your big toes to touch as well. And then spread all the toes out, even the pinky toe. And we're going to clasp our hands behind the back for Yoga Mudra. Lengthen the shoulders, reach the knuckles backward. Just notice you don't like arch your back and poke your ribs out. Try to keep the tailbone moving down, the low ribs knitted in. All right, we're going to take a breath in here. We're actually going to sit down into a chair with our hands like this. So again, it's really easy to arch. All right, keep the tailbone moving towards the back of the knees and sit, sit, sit. And now from your arms reaching back, see if you can pull your heart forward. more breaths. Big inhale. Weight in the heels, toes are spreading. 2 more. Lift your arms higher. 1 more. Exhale. All right, let's sweep the arms down and stand all the way up. Big breath in. Hands come to prayer. And release. All right, from here we're gonna move into a tree pose. So let's bring our weight into our left foot. All right, and start to bring the right knee up. Give it a little hug. And see if you can start to bring that heel to the inner thigh. Maybe it's below the knee or on the ankle. Anywhere is fine, just not on the joint itself, right? So above or below the knee joint. Once you find the placement, let's bring the hands to prayer. You can keep them here if you'd like to grow your branches. Bring them all the way up overhead. Big breath in. Exhaling. Deep inhale, pressing the heel of the bent leg into the thigh of the straight leg. All right, 1 more to grow taller. And we'll bring hands to prayer. Bring that lifted knee in front of us. And then let's tip it forward slowly into warrior 3. All right, keeping the balance, making our bodies into that T shape. And so extend through the back heel and reach through your heart. And blocks are always a possibility here. We'll take 2 more breaths. Exhaling. Last one. Then we're going to bring our hands to the floor, keeping the back leg lifted. We're going to start to open our hips for Ardha Chandrasana. So your right arm is going to go up. You're going to keep kicking through that lifted heel, reaching through the crown of the head. Shoulders stay away from the ears. And you want to feel in this position that you're extending in all 4 directions, out all your limbs. Right? Like a star shines its light. That's how you're extending your body, extending your energy. 2 more breaths. And the last one, we're going to start to bend the standing leg. And see how lightly and slowly we can float back into warrior 2. So I got to shuffle a little bit. All right, and then we find our warrior 2 position. Arms extend. We find that weight in the front heel. And we draw that hip underneath us, right? No poking the butt out. 3 more breaths. Exhale 1. Big breath in. Exhale 2. 1 more. Exhale, flip the front palm. We'll straighten that front leg, come up and back. Exhale back to the middle and start to extend forward into our triangle pose. Exhaling to land gently. Big breath in, lift through the right arm. Exhale deeply. Now again, the kneecaps are lifting. We're feeling those thigh bones plug into our hips. From that steady base, we're extending both sides of the trunk forward, reaching through the crown of the head. 2 more breaths. Exhale 1. Last time. Exhale. We're going to start to bring the top hand to the floor. We're going to lift the back heel. Step in, step in, step in. And then eventually we're going to bring the back knee outside of the front ankle. Sit down into our Ardha Matsyendrasana. The left hand is going to tent at the center of the back. And then we'll lift up through the right arm. And then maybe you cross the elbow outside of that front knee. Right, arm can always stay extended, or if that's not happening, you can always just hug the knee. All right, and then we want to inhale to get tall. Exhale to wring ourselves out. And stay for 2 more breaths. Tall on the inhales. Twisting on the exhales. 1 more time. Exhale to twist. Now one more little challenge with this sequence. We're going to see if from here we can stand right back up into Ardha Chandrasana. So you're going to plant your hands in front of your foot and just lift that back leg up, and the arm follows. 3 breaths here. Big inhale. Exhale 1. Big breath in. Exhale 2. 1 more. Top hand comes to the floor, the back foot steps up in line with the front foot, and then we heel toe hip distance apart. We'll grab the big toes in the yogi toe lock so the fingertips meet with the thumb tips. Then we're going to look forward on the inhale, fold on the exhale. Big breath in. Exhaling for 2. Feeling the thighs lifting up to the hip crease. Backs of the legs drawing down into the heels. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. And exhale. Slight bend in the knees. We'll sweep the arms out. Stand all the way up. Big reach. Hands to prayer. Maybe close your eyes. Just check in. Right? Long sequence on one side. Notice the difference in the halves of your body. Find your breath. Find your awareness of sensation. And then we'll start to tip the weight into the right leg. You're drawing the left knee up now. Maybe hugging it in before we start to plant it for our tree pose. Alright, so again, anywhere but the knee, above or below the joint as we plant the foot. Hands can come to prayer. Maybe you grow some branches. Exhaling here. Press that bent leg heel into the straight leg thigh and lift your heart. Exhale. Let's take 2 more. Exhaling deep. Last lift up through the heart. Hands come to prayer. Good. And we bring that lifted knee into the front. And we start to tip warrior 3. And maybe your hands come to blocks. Maybe you stay extending. We take a big inhale here. Exhale. All right, you can always reach your arms forward if you have a little more room than I do. Let's take 2 more breaths. Exhaling 1. Last time to extend. And then we bring the hands to the floor to start opening the hips for Ardha Chandrasana. Right? We stack the left hip on top of the right. Try to lift that leg up in line with your spine and then draw the arm up. Right? And remember, like light shines off a star, extend your energy in all directions. 3 more breaths. Exhale 1. Big inhale. Exhale 2. 1 more. And we're going to see if we can start to float back quietly and softly to warrior 2. Big inhale, arms long. Steady exhale. Deep inhale, tailbone to the floor. Lifting through the undersides of our legs. Big in. Steady out. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Flipping the front palm, straightening that front leg, feels so good. We come back to the center, extend ourselves forward, and land for Trikonasana. Arms go up, all right, and we extend from wrist to broaden across the collarbones. The kneecaps are lifting as we firm the thighs. We're staying as long as possible through both sides of the trunk. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out completely. Let's take 2 more. Exhaling 1. Last time. Exhaling 2. Good. Top hand's going to sweep down to the floor. We're going to lift the back heel so that we can step the foot in and in. And then eventually get that back knee outside of the front ankle for Ardha Matsyendrasana. This time the right hand's going to plant right at the center of the sacrum. Right? We'll lift the arm up. And bring the elbow outside the knee. And take a big inhale to lift through the whole spine. Exhale to twist. You should feel both sits bones evenly pressing into the floor as you lift through the crown, deepening the twist at the navel. 3 more breaths. Exhaling 1. Big inhale. Out for 2. Last time we're lifting. Exhale for 3. Good. Then we're going to unwind and try to step all the way up into 1 more Ardha Chandrasana. So hands land in front of the foot. We send that back leg up. Just 3 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale 1. If you'd like to take Chapasana, you can. Breath in. Lift that back leg higher. Last inhale. And we'll float the lifted leg alongside the standing leg, heel toeing hip distance apart. This time trying to slide the whole hand underneath each foot. And so as we inhale, we'll gaze up halfway, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Big breath in. Exhaling. Long breath in. Exhaling. Let's take 2 more. Lifting the thighs, descending the heart. Last one. Exhaling. Good. Let your hands escape. Little bend in the knees. Sweep the arms out as we come all the way up. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Good. And from here, we're just going to step our feet wide into a Prasarita Padottanasana shape. Right, so to measure this out, you try and get your feet like right underneath your hands. It might be a little wider than you think. And then we're going to reach both arms up overhead. Lift through the heart as we firm the thighs. And then hinge at the hips to fold forward. Now if you have a headstand in your practice, you want to take Shirshasana here. Now's your chance. So you're either folding straight to the floor, fingertips in line with toe tips, elbows in line with shoulders, right? Or you're floating your legs up, right? And taking some steady breaths in your inversion. A few more good ones here. Exhale 1. Big inhale. Exhale 2. Last inhale. Exhale 3. Good. Then we're going to walk our hands back out underneath our shoulders. If you're inverted, you can slowly come down. All right, from here, we're going to turn our right foot out to the front corner of the mat and see if we can slowly sit into that right leg for Skandasana. So hands can come down, stay on the floor, or they can come to prayer in front of your heart. If you're really advanced, you can bind behind the back, right? But wherever you're coming to is great. Let's take a breath or two here. One more. Exhale. We're going to plant our hands and we're just going to shift to the center. Take a couple back and forth motions from hip to hip. Right, and then eventually turn the other foot out to the corner of the mat and sit into Skandasana on the other side. It's always interesting, both sides are quite different. And heel stays on the floor, toes on the extended leg are straight up at 12 o'clock, and we're as upright through the spine as we can be. 2 more breaths. Last one. Hands come down. We walk back to the center, and let's just take a couple more of these back and forths to release anything in the hips. And then we're going to do like a spin into Gomukhasana, cow's face pose. So I'm going to walk my hands all the way to my front foot. You see my feet aren't moving, but they're spinning on the floor. And then I'm eventually going to come to sit, either on a block or on the floor, and my knees will be stacked. So I'm going to do that from the other angle so you guys can see. Alright, I'm spinning, spinning, spinning. Right, and then eventually coming to sit with one knee stacked on the top of the other. Now ideally both sits bones are planted and our shins are parallel to the straight edge of our mat. Right, one knee is directly on top of the other. You see I gotta struggle for it. And then right, we can either just hold in front of our knees and try to sit up tall, which is kind of where I'm at today. Or if you want to add in the arms, they're going to be opposite to the legs. So if that right knee is on top, the left elbow will go up. And then we'll swing around to try and make the clasp. All right, once you have the clasp, move the upper arm alongside the ear so it's not behind your head. And again, lift through the heart, lift through the chin. If you have the range and you want to go for it, you can always fold forward, maybe hook your chin in front of that top knee. Let's take 3 more breaths. Big inhale. Exhale 1. Big breath in. Exhale 2. Last 1. Exhale 3. Alright, we'll slowly release the arms, maybe just lift them up and then bring them down. And then we're going to come out the way we came in. So you're going to start to spin yourself all the way around back into this Prasarada shape. And you're going to take a couple knee bends to release any built up tension or stagnant chi in the hips. And then start to walk your hands to the other side. So you spin, spin, spin in the opposite direction. And sit down into the other side of your Gomukhasana. You see I'm like heel toeing my foot to get my knees to stack. And you know, sometimes it takes me quite a while to get my sits bones on the floor, so if you need a prop, you can always sit on something or just wait it out, you know. But notice what's happening in your body, right? Don't push it too hard. This time, right arm's gonna go up. We'll bend the elbow, and you can really swing that back arm to make the hands clasp. And sometimes that little bit of momentum helps. You notice my top elbow kind of drifted behind my head, so again I'm going to bring it alongside my ear. Find the external rotation in that upper arm. And I'm going to lift through the heart, maybe fold forward, hook my chin over that front knee. 3 more breaths. Big inhale. Exhale 1. Breath in. Exhale 2. 1 more. Exhale 3. Good job. Let's unwind, lift the arms up once. Bring them down, and we'll spin out of our cow's face pose here. Coming back to the Prasarada shape. Taking a couple nice knee bends back and forth. They can be slow, you know, any pace that you want that feels beneficial. And then we're going to come down to lay on our bellies. And we're almost done. I'm seeing that we're kind of short on time. We'll probably go a couple minutes over, just to give you guys a heads up. Let's lay down on our stomachs. And we've already done quite a few Shalabasanas, so you might be warm enough for Dhanurasana. But if you'd like to just repeat the locust pose, you can always reach your arms out, reach your legs out, take Shalabhasana. But if you'd like to join me for the bow pose, we'll bend our knees, reach back for our ankles, and see if you can grab them at the same time. It's kind of a nice little challenge. We'll bring our knees a bit closer together. And as we inhale, we'll prepare. We'll exhale to press the hips down and engage the glutes. Right? And then we'll start with the inhale to kick our hands with our legs and lift our thighs away from the floor. Good. Breath in, lift higher. Exhale, knees closer. Let's try for 3 more breaths. Lift the heart, lift the knees. Draw the knees towards the midline. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. And we'll come down. Good job. And we'll roll over onto our backs. Or if you'd like to repeat either of those belly bends, feel free to do that. If you'd like to turn over, we'll take bridge pose or a full wheel. So I'm just going to spin, lay down and bend the knees. All right. We'll take an inhale to get ready. If you're coming into the full wheel, and place the hands outside the ears. And then with the next inhale, we'll lift on up. Find our back bend. Big breath in. Exhale 2. Right, use your glutes here. You'll protect your low back coming into this spinal extension. 2 more breaths. Last inhale. And then we'll bring it down to the floor. Oh. Alright, so take a moment to let the low back settle. And then when you feel ready, we're going to move slowly into a happy baby. So just drawing the knees in first towards the armpits. And then reaching for the outer edges of the feet. Drawing the ankles over the knees. Lengthening through the low back to maybe bring the sacrum to the floor. Stay soft through the tops of the shoulders. Come back into the sensation of your breathing. 2 more breaths. Last one. We'll bring both knees to the center. We'll hug in nice and tight. And we're going to move into the supine spinal twist by allowing both knees to come over to the right side. Trying to keep the knees lifted up at least to the height of the belly button. And that opposite arm, so it'll be the left arm, can maybe reach up overhead or extend out straight to the side. And we're finding the rotation lower in the spine now, right? More towards the belly button and the lumbar spine. We did a lot of upper back twists early in class, so notice the difference here. Take 1 more breath. Stay through the exhale. And we'll start to bring both knees up to the center on an inhale. Shifting the hips as we draw the knees to the other side. Alright, trying to find the floor with both shoulder blades. And extending the right arm now. Alright, send the breath deep into your belly. Exhaling. Stay long through the back of your neck. And twist. Let's take 1 more. Exhale. And we'll bring the knees up to the center. Give ourselves a little hug. And we're going to roll up to sit, just end with a couple forward folds. Oh. Feels good. Alright, so we're gonna bend the right knee. You can grab the ankle and guide the sole of the foot to the inner thigh of the extended leg. Bring both arms up overhead, then twist towards the extended leg and fold forward any amount. If you have a strap, it might be useful. You could always use a towel or a t-shirt. If you make it to your foot, draw the heart in the front